Hello, welcome one, welcome all to Blaine's Escape Corner. Live now is one way of putting the tweet. It's a okay, little back end baseball, I guess. It's a like default tweet, and I assumed when I set it up that every time I did it, Restream would send out a what's it called? Social alerts. Here we go. Live now. Let's talk anime. I assumed that they would say like attach my link to it or something like that, but it doesn't. It just sends out literally the couple words that that I put there. So do I just put the my generic? Restream makes me their bitch. Sure, let's go with that one. Do I just put my like generic YouTube account? Because I can't put like a specific thing down. I don't know. What I do know is I forgot drink. I forgot quality cup and drink for today. So how can I comply without that? So I am going to real quick run downstairs. While I run downstairs, I will use. Are you ready for a heated FE discussion between you and Serrano tomorrow? Sure, I'll be ready for that. That'll be easy to be ready for. I'm gonna run downstairs real quick. Enjoy some funky grooves. There you go. Some funky grooves. I will be right back. Yeah. You play the music from Twitch and YouTube so you don't get struck. That's the way you do it. Don't get stuck while you're streaming. Where'd I put the chat? Where's the chat hiding now? Come out, chat. Yeah. This, I don't know who made this. This is Summer Solstice on the June Planet by Bale Bonds. Oh, funny. Funny. Yes, stream-friendly music. Nice and gentle and stream-friendly, too. We can listen together, just me and you. Alright, let's get that out of here. Alright, now I've got the cup. I've got the Chica Sake cup. You all know what that means. Chica! Here we go. Filling that Chica with some Tanuki scrote here. Cause that's just what we do. That's just how that's how we roll at this point, baby. It's all good. Too many lollies in FE 1 and 2? You know my stance on lollies. You know the stance. Heck is it? Why do we have this over here? I don't need that. People who enjoy lollies that are serious. I've got some problems. Now I realize there are some women who, no matter how old they get, stay very short. There are some women who are real life lollies. I get that. I get that exists. But there's a point when you look at someone like that you're like, oh, wow, they're really tiny. But they're a grown-ass adult. You can tell. They're very much so a grown-ass adult. Lollies. Can't tell. That's kind of the point. And that's the problem. It's like if maybe the lolly was a little more mature, everything would be fine. But they're usually not. You saw a fully grown woman today who was a lolly. I think she was 4'9", and she was pretty cute. Real life lolly. Good to go. I bet she also, at the same time that she was 4'9" and pretty cute, was very tiny and like still looked mature. You know, there's something that age does to somebody that makes them look, you know, old enough. Oh, sorry everyone. Compai. Good times. Oh, baby. We have got us some fun today. It is September 1. She was quite skinny as well, but definitely an adult. See? There's such thing as adult lollies. It's a thing. But like, sometimes the anime lolly and they give them the big old head and you're like, and the proportions, you're just like, why? Oh. Anybody else watch episode 3 of My Maid is Mysterious? Yak now? Should have worded that better. There are children in the games and it's annoying. Okay. Okay, you can approve that. To the Annie list. Where are we? What have we updated? What is up? What is new? You didn't watch that yet? I wouldn't recommend it. But what I found out in episode 3 answers none of the questions about what I had as far as the time period goes. And no! If you're wondering, I didn't watch episode 2. Don't ask, just trust. I watched episodes 1 and 3. There's characters with cell phones. I don't know what time it is. He's like 8, sub 13 at the best. And he's the master of the house. And he has servants, and he's like, get out of here, servants. I don't want you anymore. And then the big booba maid shows up, and it's like, oh, why did you show up? And then she has like a history with this other servant, and they've got cars, and they've got phones, and it's like, you're like, oh, I'm the master of the house, and there's servants. This must be like 18th century or something like that. But no, it's now. Maybe. I don't know. Is the mystery the fact that it's actually like she's from a different time period? But then he goes to school and he travels to places where it's current, and it's like, what? What? I still don't get it. I don't know. And I don't know that I want to know. This show is so weird. I do like the school friend. I think that's a fun character. Like, if I had to say one good thing about it, she's a fun character. Outside of that though, I think it's an official drop now. She is mysterious. The time is mysterious. The year also mysterious. Okay. All right, cool. You got a really confusing show, and now I don't want to watch it because I can't tell if everything's okay, if it's not okay, if it's current, and maybe it's a little like provocative. I don't know. Come on. Give me something. I don't know. Welcome. Welcome. Whoo! Whoo! And Alex Moore. Something else I watched, though, today. I watched episode 1 of Black Summoner. That's an isekai. I will say, when it started, and, like, this is the opening line. So, like, if you watch this, this is not a spoiler. Okay? Get out of here if you think the opening line is a spoiler, because it's not. Giving up his memories of his past life, I was hoping that would mean more. I was hoping that would mean all of them. I was hoping he'd be like a giant baby who was like reincarnated in another world, and he's like, "Oh, what do you need, sir?" And he's like, and he like doesn't have like any memory, so he can't like speak or anything like that. I was like, "Ooh, this could be interesting. Maybe he's got some sort of like weird talent, but he's like a giant child, man." No. Nope, it's just a pretense to say, well, here's why Isekai World's so good for him. And you're like, all right, cool, whatever. Moving on. You didn't know I liked mutant shotas? What? What? You mean shotas as in like, is a mutant shota a diaper fetishist? Is that what it is? Is that a mutant shota? Because if so, then no. No, I don't. I don't like that. That terrifies me. Might be one of the worst things I've ever heard of in this world. He still knows everything, but he just doesn't remember what he used to do. Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, your memories pertaining to like your life are now gone or whatever. But like, how does he know what games are? He's like, I must have been a gamer. You're like, how do you know? Wouldn't that be a memory of what games even are? What is with this world? Are you forgetting or not forgetting? Oh, look, slaves. Who cares? Guess who's gonna be a part of the party down the road? I don't know. Maybe it's the slaves. Look at all the slaves. You're tired of slavery. Break these shackles. No more anime slavery, except for Harem Labyrinth. That one's okay. We can keep Harem Labyrinth, and maybe Shield Hero. If Shield Hero comes back to goodness. He forgot who he was, not what being alive is. Oh, so being a gamer is also being alive. Is that what you're trying to indicate to me? Is that what we're saying here? Anyway, I can't see it. Oof. How can you say something so brave? You think it's time for someone to finally say this? I don't think slavery is good. Braver words have not been spoken in 2022. I can tell you that much. Gamers are the most oppressed class. Oh, and then the most oppressed support class would be the most oppressed subclass of the gamer class. Anyone who plays support in their games, holla at your boy. I guess I don't know. What do you do? You want Slavs in your anime? There was this game. What was it called? It was a third game. It was on the PlayStation 3, and I laughed because I never played any of the other two games. But it was like this weird first-person shooter where it was like a three-class deal. You had like the shooter, the shielder, and the they were a healer technically, so like your gun could like heal your buddies with its alt fire. But then you also had like this auxiliary feature where you could just throw a box of ammo, and it was like a big, like the big metal boxes of ammo that you see in like World War II. And it was just so fun to play because you'd be like healing guys and someone would be like reload, and you would just like football pitch this giant case of ammo at them, and it was so funny. Vermintide 3? No, Resistance 3. I think that's what it was called. I think it was called Resistance. Had like a big skull on the cover. Yes, it was Resistance 3. That game was funny. Or maybe it was Resistance 2. Maybe it was the second one, and then I picked up the third one thinking it would... Oh, it was Resistance 2. That's what it was. Resistance 2. The co-op in that is such a fun game. Can't wait for Darktide. When does Darktide come out? Because I'm having fun with Vermintide right now. Darktide Warhammer 2022 trailer. Darktide is a 2012 thriller adventure movie. Professional diver tutor returns to deep waters after 1 year following an almost fatal encounter with great white shark. Darktide. How do I... Warhammer... Oh, so Warhammer, it's 40k Darktide. Interesting. So I don't know Warhammer outside of like Space Marine Go Burr. That's about it. It's coming out the 30th of November. So from what I understand, right, it's like there's Warhammer, and that's what Vermintide is, and then there's Warhammer 40k, and that's Darktide. I like the universe. I just don't understand it. I know how when someone says, who's your favorite god, you say, blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne. I know that much, but that's as far as my understanding gets me in the Warhammer universe. Speaking of football, oh wait, I did speak of football. I was like, why are you talking about football? I did bring up throwing ammo as though it was a football, so that is on me. You're correct. You're gonna watch a college game at your grandparents' house with them this weekend. Nice. Congratulations. I hope you have fun. So are you or your grandparents really into football? Who's the one really into football to the point where you're watching a college game? Because I feel like anytime you talk to someone who's into a sport, when they want to watch a lesser version of that sport, like if they're really into Formula 1 and they want to watch Formula 2, that's how you know they're a freak. You're like, why would you do that? Why don't you just watch the best one? Or if it's like football, they're like really into like pro ball or whatever, and then they're like, oh, let's watch a college game. You're like, why? All three of you are into it? Whew. Trying to get too into it and tackle grandpa. Oh, grandpa! Yes, Dragon Nerd is early, finally. You can barely read. Well, you read good enough for us. You're good enough to be our little dragon nerd, so enjoy your scaly ways, my little friend. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Everybody loves Japan because Japan is so great. But what happens when Japan does something we all hate? Then it's not great. When Japan does a thing that we all hate. Dragon Nerd can't read Chainsaw Man. Could. He could have someone read it to him. Get the audiobook and flip the pages while you're looking at the pretty pictures. All 2 of them in each chapter. I am mean. I am mean, that is for sure. College sports have been historically very distinct from other subpar sports like lower class races, minor league baseball, or WNBA. Is there, do people watch college baseball? Is that a thing that people are, like, really into? Because, like, is it that, like, people go from college... People watch college basketball, right? Yeah, it's a Chainsaw Man! Oh my god! Baseball in general is less popular. They're a great American sport. So boring. It's so boring. All I do is get garlic fries and drink beer, and I walk away with like 10 extra pounds. Oh my god, Chainsaw Man! He's that Chainsaw Man, but he also said that the art wasn't great on every panel. How am I going to like the Chainsaw Man? Oh no. Yeah, what I think I'm trying to say is that college basketball is also very big because I know nothing on what I am about to say. Are you ready? Are you ready to hear some asshole say something that they have no idea about? I know this is like what makes the internet go round, right? I'm asshole and I know not, so I am going to speak. That's how this is going to work, all right? College football and college basketball are both enjoyed and popular compared to minor leagues and subsets of other sports because you go from college football to pro football. You go from college basketball to pro basketball. You actually step up into the next league. Whereas with baseball, you go from college ball to the minor leagues to the major leagues. And so other sports have this sort of like college to subset to big one. So with college football, you can watch college football and you can see like who's the next pro. Whereas in other sports, once they leave college, they have to work their way through the minor leagues in order to then be the next pro. Crazy thought. Anybody agree with me? You live close enough to UO that you can attend games? Well, that's nice. Is UO, that's the Ducks, right? Or is it different? Did you like the Dragon Ball superhero movie pop culture? Just give us a yes or no. I expect a full, enjoyable review later. All right. College football for 99% of NFL players would not be skippable because it's too physical. It's the Ducks, yes. Are there more basketball teams than football teams? How many NBA teams are there? 30. How many football teams are there? 32. Okay, interesting. How many players on an NBA team? 15. So 30 by 15. How many players on an NFL team? 53. Okay, so that doesn't make any sense. Your uncle can name the college any football player went to. It's crazy. And jocks think we're the nerds. You know, he was, you know, he went to UCali, and you know, when he was there, he was benched 6 games out of his freshman year, and you're like, oh, okay, stat nerd. Oh. Stupid. Coming from Canada, you don't get the college sports scene in America. The scene? Like, the scene makes sense, I guess. Men's bodies need to develop a lot. 18-year-olds can't match up against 25-year-olds. Damn straight. Kids. Punk ass. Now say baseball team ML. What's that mean? Major League? Oh, like how many players? How many players on an MLB roster? Minimum of 24. Expanded to 28. I was trying to see if maybe it was like there was fewer slots or something like that. You know where a lot of NFL players went to college because you watched them play in college. That makes sense. The big difference in baseball, they're not attacking each other with baseball bats. How much cooler would it be if they were? The next great anime. See, this is what I was hoping Extreme Hearts would be. It would be like, oh, it's soccer, but we break your shins because we kick so hard. You know, like give me that real extreme. There'd be many deaths. No, you just gotta hollow out the bats so that you have like a break point. So like they swing and they impact, and like maybe they'll bust a kneecap, but they're not gonna like shatter a femur, right? We want to hurt people, but all sports blood blow. Exactly. I want death sports. Extreme Hearts should have been extreme beating hearts or something like that, and we get we just get spikes and everybody looks like they're in the Legion of Doom when they're playing something. Something we need to talk about. Yeah. Yeah, there is. No, it's not that bad. Once I got to middle school, I was a little bit bigger and I was able to throw the guy picking on me into a locker, and so I didn't get picked on after that. Before that, though, I was a tiny, weak child, so that was never great. Have I seen Rollerball? Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, let's get this back. Let's get this back on the page. So the great bastion of free thought that is the Nihon, Japan, has pulled the Dr. Stone Science Consultant's book after a prefecture designates it as harmful. Why? Why is it harmful? Is this Dr. Stone's science book one of them their cookbooks, we'll say? Does it have a few too many recipes that are harmful recipes? Well, this is an old list. This is an old thing. Toturi? What? Toturi is like, that's over by Wakizashi's tea house. Oh no. In February, Amazon Japan delisted 2 books in Yakuri Kyoshitsu's Aranai Riki Impossible Science nonfiction series. Yakuri Kyoshitsu is the name of a writers group of science writers. They are notable for acting as consultants for the Dr. Stone manga series from volume 10 onward. The series is well regarded by the science community, having won the 49th Seiyun Award in the non-fiction category. Publisher Sansai Books 2022 catalog was also removed in the budge. The reason for the book's removal? In response to Sansai Books' query, Amazon Japan responded that the book was deemed too harmful to youths, according to Tottori Prefecture law. Take over Japan with nothing but a whip. I can do it. The only way I'm taking over all of Japan with a whip is if I find someone who looks like Ivy. I think if I find someone that looks like Ivy Valentine, I can take over all of Japan with a whip. I should see if Wakazashi's Tea House has any info on what this ruling may be that they're gonna cite to. Let's see. I'll have to buy slaves. Of course I will. Like that's step one probably. Let's see. Wakazashi. Oh my gosh. How can Twitter be so good but also so crap? What? It's like, how in the world can I get, like, nothing? There's nothing. I can't find Wakazashi's Tea House anywhere. How is it that I can, like, post a couple times about how maid costumes are the best, and Twitter's like, hey, check out all these maid fan art, and I'm like, sweet, that was easy. But then when I want to go find somebody, it's like, I don't know, maybe. No, I don't know who that is. I literally follow this guy. Yeah, get out of here. Whatever. Let's see. Let's get this. Any idea what the prefecture law could be that got the Dr. Stone science book taken down? All right, let's see if he knows. Step 0 is buy slaves. Yeah, can I just reincarnate already with the slaves? Would that be a doable? Oh no, I posted a fan art of Makima, and I've got woof 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 chats coming into Twitter now. Thanks. Use Godzillionaire to crush Japan. I'm just gonna throw my boot through the door. I will say, so far so good on the unguided tour. So hopefully the unguided tour that I'm about to go on is gonna work out great. Nay, brother. That's Nate. Nay. What law? What possible law could there be to make something harmful to youth? Amazon Japan therefore suspended all sales in order to prevent the book from being mail ordered to Totori. When Sansai Books asked Amazon Japan to relist the books, Amazon Japan responded that it would only be possible if they filed them as adult 18+ books. The publisher disagreed that the books contained adult content, and the two sides were unable to reach a compromise. The books, including the ebook versions, are still unavailable via Amazon. Sansai Books then contacted the Tottori prefectural government to inquire which part of the books were deemed harmful, but only received a one-page summary of Totori's Youth Healthy Development Ordinance Review conference in response. In later... Okay, let's look this up. We'll find that. We'll read that next. In later communications, the contact claimed that the decision was based on the overall content of the books rather than specific sections. Typically, harmful publication designations can only apply within the municipality and therefore cannot extend to sales outside the prefecture. However, in October 2021, Totori Prefecture revised its Youth Healthy Development Ordinance in the wake of the 2020 crossbow murder case in Hyogo Prefecture? What? What? Oh, Japan! Never change! Oh, goodness. This allowed the local government to forbid online sales of bladed toys and harmful literature to youth living within the prefecture. In the past, works targeted by the Tokyo Metropolitan Government's Youth Healthy Development Ordinance have been blocked from online sales in a way that affects their distribution across the entire country. But it's unusual for local laws in other prefectures to have such wide-reaching consequences. In an article last week recapping the saga so far, Sansai Books criticized the Tottori prefectural government's lack of transparency and argued that the abuse of governmental powers has troubling implications. Oh, I should say, for everyone, we're here all night, baby. We're here all night long, sweet Susie. I do not have to cut this short for a Thursday. But it's so easy to make a spear. You got kitchen knives everywhere. What are you gonna do? Tell people they can't cut vegetables? Like, oh. Criticized their lack of transparency and argued the freedom of expression. Sansai Books is still selling the publications through its online store, but regrets the Amazon delistings, noting that 90% of its sales are through the platform. Jeez. Knife on a rope. I call it ropey knifey. We all watched that. We all know how ropes work. RNI Yugaku G10 and RNI Kosaku G10 books provide accessible instructions on creating bombastic inventions such as medicines, electronics, and detonators using commonly sold materials. Maybe we don't say detonators and we can get our book relisted. Oh, knife on a stick? Yeah, that's another good one. What about knife on other knife? Like they're like just two handles taped together. Bam, you got knife on knife action. The publisher stresses that the books do not endorse pseudoscience and in fact contain sections criticizing it or contain any adult material. Oh my goodness. I can't read this page. This translator is going to have some issues because there's a lot of this here. Main contents. Production of dark toys, 100 yen craft, super introduction, electric tools, treasure box that appears in the game, exorcist doll. Refining alcohol for disinfection. That might be an issue. Refining alcohol for disinfection. Dimple key duplication. I don't think Japan uses dimple locks very often. That's a fairly strange thing. UK trying to ban knives outside the home. Oh, shut up. Are they? Ban knives and weapon. If a knife or weapon is listed in the following table, it is illegal to possess it in the UK. Knife or weapon type. Here's your illegal UK items. When they do use dimple locks, be screwed. The UK, Europe uses dimple locks quite often. I don't really know why. It seems odd to me. I feel like Pin and Tumblr has so many more ways to be secure compared to like a dimple lock. But you know, I'm just some asshole who watches the lock picking lawyer. I'm not a genius locksmith, I guess. All right, let's see what we get. Baton, belt buckle knife, blowpipe, butterfly knife, cyclone or spiral knife. What? What? This is an illegal knife in the UK? Disguised knife, a blade or sharp point hidden inside something that looks like a commonly carried object. Sorry, umbrella sword wielders. Flick knife, gravity knife, switchblade, or automatic knife. Gravity knives are a bit dangerous. I would avoid having a gravity knife, unless you've got a really solid locking mechanism on it. Foot claw, hand claw. Fucking ninjas in the UK. Oh. Hollow Kubaton, a cylinder-shaped container containing a number of sharp spikes. Knuckle dusters, because they're always illegal. Kusari, or Manri Kigusari, a hard weight or hand grip fastened to each end of a piece of rope, cord, chain, or wire. Sorry, if you have a plumb bob, you're not allowed to wield it. Kusari Gama, one of my favorite weapons from the which one was it? It was Ninja Gaiden 2, I want to say. The Kusari Gama was the best AoE weapon they had. It's a sickle on one end with a chain and then a weight on the other end. Kyoketsu Shogi. This seems a little one-sided here, this list. A hook knife fastened to one end of a piece of rope. All right. Push dagger. Fits in the clenched fist. Shuriken. Shaken. Death Star. Or throwing star. No throwing stars? Come on. What are the weebs supposed to buy online? Stealth knife. A knife or spike made of a material that cannot be picked up by metal detectors and which is not made for use at home, for food, or as a toy. Okay, I was like, hold on. Ceramic knives would fall into that. Sword. Curved blade. Hey, it's got to be a curved blade. It's a straight blade, you're okay. Of 50 centimeters or over based on the straight line distance from the top of the handle to the tip of the blade. Okay, hear me out. 50 centimeters from the top of the handle to the tip of the blade. That's like 2 feet, right? So we've got 2 feet to work with. But if I had a curved blade that like went way out and like came back and the tip, so it goes like way out and then comes back to 50, so the tip of the blade and the handle are within 50 centimeters. Could I then have this big ass weird looking sword? Long swords, they okay? Exactly. It's Europe. They're used to long swords. That's their history. That's like telling an American they can't have an M4 pattern rifle. A hollow walking stick or cane containing a blade which may be used as a sword. What else would it be used for? Telescopic truncheon. A truncheon that extends automatically by pressing a button, a spring, or handle. Zombie knife? What? A knife with a cutting edge, a serrated edge, and images or words suggesting it is used for violence. Oh, baby. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's a Gatling gun that I really want to get at some point in my life, but it costs like $300,000, and it's a 4570 Gatling gun that is still made by Colt Manufacturing today, and it's all brass and like period accurate. It's so cool. Oh, who? Zombie knife falls in the all the cat. Yeah, it's like uh what if it doesn't say anything on the side of it? What if it's just serrated and smooth? What's Az's Hot Toys? Yeah. There we go. We'll tweet at him. See if he picks up on that. That's hilarious. All right. 4570. Yeah, I mean, shoot that? No, we all look at it and imagine how cool it would be to shoot it. Nobody fires the hand crank 4570 loaded up vertical mag Gatling gun. You don't fire it. You just buy it and you stick it on your deck, point it at the neighbor you hate, and you just let it sit there. Here, maybe I could find a. Oh wait, no, I can't on a YouTube live stream. I don't want to risk it. The YouTube live streams get kind of cranky about that. All right, where do we want to go next? We want to go to the Tottori Law, crossbow killing of 2 women, or anime. Do we want to follow this rabbit hole, or do we want to get back to the anime side of things? I'll let the chat catch up there. Yeah. Yes. Yes is not an answer to an or question. Crossbow, crossbow, crossbow. Alrighty, we've got a few articles here. So I'm gonna start with the japantimes.co anime. This is a really short one. Here we go. Maybe this one will be longer. Oh, this is recent. This is 2020. These dang Japanese articles. All right, let's see. Three people killed in crossbow assault in Western Japan. So Hyogo, fun fact, is the sister county, I guess you could say, to King County here in Washington. Kobe is the sister city to Seattle, and we all, like, each of the cities in Seattle here, or around Seattle, have sister cities in Hyogo somewhere. Fun fact for you as we go through this. Takarazuka, Hyogo Prefecture. 3 people were killed and a woman was wounded in an apparent crossbow attack in Takarazuka, Hyogo Prefecture, Western Japan on Thursday. This was June 4th. The 4 people were assaulted at a house in the city. The prefectural police department arrested Hideaki Nozu, a 23-year-old resident of the house who calls himself a university student, for allegedly attempting to murder the injured woman. What? 49, an aunt of the suspect, by shooting an arrow in her neck. What? Around 10:15 a.m., she was sent to hospital. Okay, so the 4 people were assaulted in a house in the city. The prefectural police department arrested him for allegedly attempting to murder the injured woman. Okay. Nozu admitted that he shot his aunt with a crossbow at the house, saying he intended to kill his family members, police said. The 3 murder victims were the suspect's grandmother, his mother, and his brother. The police are investigating his motive behind the attack, which occurred at the family home in a residential area some 3 kilometers. What? Let me see if I can find another one. Emergency services said a neighbor of the family made a call around 10:15 to report that a woman believed to be the injured relative had an arrow wound in her head and was calling for help. Oh no, that means she pulled it out. Oh. Oh. Hyogo has many strange murders. What? Why? How do you? Let's see. Oh, here we go. After After killings. Here we go. There are too damn many crossbow murders in our country. I feel like one is probably too many. Enough politicing. Let's have some fun. Okay, fine. I thought it was fun. I thought, like, this is crazy. Freaking crossbow murders. I don't want to be an Iranian idiot. With a crossbow. Yeah, 3 people with a crossbow, and he's not guts. They made rules for no more crossbows. All right. Well, that went from anime is a weird thing. Why is Japan getting rid of a book about the anime that lets you make stuff? Let's talk about streaming anime. What about Studio Ghibli? G-Kids has their import. How are we gonna watch all of our favorite Studio Ghiblis? Like Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke. What's the top? What's everybody's top Ghibli? Like when I say Studio Ghibli, what's the movie that comes into your head? For me, it's always going to be Princess Mononoke. Some people could be Ponyo. Ponyo could be their first big one. Maybe it's something a little more recent. You haven't seen any? Have we been over this? Have you really not seen any Studio Ghibli? Studio Ghibli. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Still crazy. If you've said that previously, then I still say that that's kind of crazy. We have been over this? All right, well, whatever. I don't remember you. G-Kid's new deal for Studio Ghibli's catalog is important, but what about streaming? With the unforeseeable future of animation on streaming services. How is it unforeseeable? That's a silly thing to say. Totoro, Princess and Spirited Away, both very good. Or all very good, I guess there's 3 things there. G-Kids has announced that for the first time in North America, the entire 22 film catalog of acclaimed Japanese animation house Studio Ghibli is now available for rental on all major platforms, including Apple TV, Amazon Video on Demand, Vudu, Google Play, and Microsoft. You know, all of them. The films are available for digital download to rent in HD for $4.99. We could already buy them. Why? This seems like less of an exciting article than I thought it would be. This announcement is released in the midst of ongoing cancellations and removals of animation series and projects across streaming services such as Netflix and HBO Max. The only service streaming the studio's film catalog and its subscription package for now. Netflix never does second seasons unless it's like an anime that, you know, has a really long manga that's gonna be like, yeah, everybody's gonna love this. You have 4 of them on Blu-ray. I buy my sister all of them on Blu-ray, so they're in the family, I say. Microsoft is a major digital platform. Probably, like, with the way that Microsoft and Xbox have just turned into this massive platform where you can do anything from anywhere, it makes sense that they'd have movies as well. I mean, PlayStation has or they used to have at least, the PlayStation View or whatever it was called, VUE, that you could watch movies and stuff from. So that makes sense to me. So they had a streaming ban. Ooh, interesting. So maybe that's why this is interesting. You do like to watch the Cats movie on DVD? You mean The Great Cat Detective or The Cat Returns, or what cat movie are you talking about? G-Kids is an American film distributor focused on critically acclaimed independent animations, most popularly those of Studio Ghibli under the visionary direction of Hayao Miyazaki and Isao Takahata. One of them has a hyperlink and the other one doesn't. It's kind of mean. Isao Takahata, didn't he do Kaguya? Let's see, where's his works? What good stuff does he have? Filmography, Littlest Warrior, The Great Adventure of Horus, Prince of the Sun, Panda Go Panda, Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind, Castle in the Sky, Grave of the Fireflies, Only Yesterday, Kiki's. Look at that. This guy's been all over the place. Tale of Princess Kaguya, I knew it. Cats 2019, the worst adaptation of the greatest musical. Yeah, but do you have like version 1.0 that has like the people hands? I've always wanted to see that version. Ghibli has been a global powerhouse in Japanese animation since the release of its 1984 film Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. Its immense talent and marketing strategy made the studio a household name in the anime industry, earning many local and international awards. This includes 4 Academy Award nominations and an Oscar Award for 2001's Best Animated Feature Film for Spirited Away, because everybody loves Spirited Away. They're like, oh, look, it's blue anime, blue. It's like, thank you, Spirited Away, for being so popular for anime, but why wasn't it Princess Mononoke? Freaking love Mononoke. G-Kids announced its acquisition of the North American theatrical distribution rights to Studio Ghibli's library in 2011, followed by the North American home media rights in 2017. The beloved studio was initially hesitant on making its films available on digital platforms, favoring the experience of the theatrical releases and physical media over the rise of streaming services. However, in 2019, the assumed streaming ban on the highly sought collection was lifted when Warner Media's HBO Max made an exclusive deal with G-Kids to acquire the streaming rights for the entire film catalog in the US and Canada. Mark Hamill had a bit part in Nausicaa. Mark Hamill is one of those voice actors who does voices everywhere, but then you don't find out it's him until like years later, and you're like, oh, yeah, I guess that is Mark Hamill. It's very funny to me. Very, very funny. According to the former president and co-founder of Studio Ghibli, Toshio Suzuki, the ban was lifted for 2 reasons. Money! We can just stop there. We lift the ban for money. We need more money, please. Japan is in dire straits. We need more money. Please give us the money, please. And Miyazaki's own lack of knowledge of what a streaming service is. The legend isn't he retired? Why are you letting some retired old bat make decisions for your company? Let him be retired, and you just say, "Yeah, we're gonna stream now." The legendary director is known for his attachment to traditionalism, likewise seen as a common theme in many of his films. Although this may have been an issue with previous distribution endeavors, Suzuki claims that Miyazaki's absence from computers and smartphones allowed the executives to receive his blessing in making the films more accessible digitally, therefore securing the funding for productions of future projects. Good. Yes, now that HBO Max is no longer a thing. Unfortunately, this sentiment is being taken away from many other creatives after the recent news of HBO Max's dissolution. This comes as a result of the upcoming merger with Warner Bros. Streamer Discovery Plus. The change in corporate direction has already gotten multiple animated projects canceled and or lost in the streaming void. Lost media? Someone call Kenny Lauderdale. Kenny, we got lost media. Many fans and creatives grieve the loss of accessibility for the struggling niche. Are we still a struggling niche? When one of the most liked tweets of all time is a sketch from a mangaka, I gotta wonder, what is the most liked tweet of all time? It'll live. It will live. Along with constant budget cuts, abrupt cancellations, and the realization that digital streaming is vulnerable to the nature of the beast that is corporate business, many fans and creators are rightfully concerned for the future of animation on streaming services. As of this writing, it is not yet known whether HBO Max's streaming rights for the Studio Ghibli library will transition with the merger, although the Ghibli catalog has been available for digital download to own since 2019. G-Kids now offers another option that's more affordable for the many North Americans who wish to continue experiencing the comfort and wonder of these animated films from home. What is the most liked tweet on Twitter? Did HBO Max have anything good on it? Wasn't that like the Game of Thrones streamer? Isn't that like where you went to watch GOT? Is the new Game of Thrones thing on HBO Max? Oh, it's Chadwick Boseman's death announcement. Has 7.1 million likes. Woo! That's a lot of likes. That is a lot of likes. Oh, and BTS stuff. That makes sense. So it goes from 7.1 million from the family of Chadwick Boseman to 4.8 million with Elon Musk, 4 million for Barack Obama. Joe Biden has a 4 million. Obama, Andy Milonakis has 3.5 million. Some BTS guys got some stuff. How far? Geez, 2.8 million? Wow. Wow. K-pop is like the thing, apparently. It had The Sopranos on it. You've seen 4th season of GOT on DirecTV. Let's see. HBO Max series. Yes. House of the Dragon, the new Game of Thrones thing, Westworld. Apparently Jujutsu Kaisen is on there. Stargirl, The Nevers. I don't know. There's a lot of unknowns or things that I've heard getting attached to things. Women like spending money too? What? I'm gonna pretend you're talking to the Iranian idiot and not me with that one. All right, more anime because this is an anime channel. I love Call of the Night, and so should you. Let's see if I need to put up a little spoiler Gundam. Did they go down like 20 billion due to this? Let's see. HBO Max loss due to HBO Max drop. Their exit from Amazon Prime Video cost it 5 million subscribers. That seems like a lot. They lose 1.8 million after. Oof, that's a lot. That's a lot. K-pop, very popular, particularly with women. Watch out for the K-pop stands. They're gonna cut you. Get cut, bitch. Yes, I kind of figured out it would have been the K-pop stuff, so. I just didn't want it to be the K-pop stuff. I really didn't. I don't know. It's so catchy. It's like they figured out exactly what people's ears can like bounce to, but none of it is memorable for me. It's like, wow, that was kind of catchy, but I don't remember half of the K-pop I listened to. It subverted your view of nighttime in an anime, which with the color palette. Let's see. Is that anime's most familiar setting nighttime? I wish. Call of the Night is a brand new rom-com anime. See, it doesn't say spoilers, so we'll see. You've heard very few K-pop songs you like. Very low hit rate for you. See, it's just not my favorite. Call of the Night is a brand new rom-com anime found in the 2022 lineup. starring the 14-year-old protagonist Yamari Ko. A lot can be said about him, from his tragic insomnia to his desire to become a bona fide vampire and answer the call of the night. He'll do anything except embrace mainstream Japanese society because he's not like other boys. Given his age and Call of the Night setting, Ko should be spending a lot of time at his junior high school. After all, most anime like these take place primarily in school. How is that a link? It's a link to Komi Can't Communicate article. Congratulations, you did it. But Ko avoids this whenever he can. Avoids his whenever he can, actually. Hold on. His school, not this school. So the few scenes that take place, there are the exception. It's a novel twist when so many series take place in a familiar hall and classrooms of modern Japanese schools. Escapism! Guys, they're talking about us! That's us! They did it! Modern Japanese anime go in two contrasting directions, often to highlight the opposing appeal of the familiar and unfamiliar. On one hand, most shonen and shoujo anime are marketed towards teens, so naturally these series take place in junior or senior high schools and feature characters 14 to 17. Examples are many, from the hit series Toradora from years ago to the likes of Komi Can't Communicate, Horimiya, and even Tokyo Revengers. This makes an anime more intuitive and familiar for intended viewers, and it may remind them of what they enjoy about school, such as their friends and gym class activities. However, school might also represent the stifling, conformist nature of Japanese society and something many youths find oppressive. They must attend school and wear strict uniforms, spend countless hours studying to get in a good college, then study some more to get a salaried job for the next 30 to 40 years. Any deviance from this may be met with disapproval and scorn. It's little wonder then that both real and fictional Japanese students turn to youth delinquency or quietly rebel from the street punks of Tokyo Revengers to the amusing phenomenon of the chunibyos, who want to be secretly special and misunderstood. Meanwhile, that's true, I do love the chunibyos. Oh, you hit the like button. Thank you. Thank you for remembering to do that this time. That was really nice. Really nice of you. Call of the Night represents escapism from the strict school system by having Ko reject school entirely, wandering the night freely with no one to stop him. It must feel so freeing for him having the night to himself while escaping the crowds. Studying and teachers of school life he has abandoned. Staying up all night often represents living in another world, within the context of any nation. After all, with most people working or studying by day and spending the night asleep, and as a bonus, the night is home to vampires like Nazuna and her coven. The vampires often representing selfish, hedonistic freedom and rejection of society's rules. Are vampires usually hedonistic? I guess so. I guess since they sort of live forever, they sort of just do whatever they want. Like in The Matrix. Vampires thrive in a hidden world of their own making, and Ko, fed up with the human world, craves it more than anything. School is distant thought by now. The viewers and characters alike in the school setting. Take a school setting for granted. Hold on, this might get... Okay, it gets a little spoilery. All right. Louis Kemner, you got a little spoilery, but you didn't say spoilers for episode 8. Get out of here. I can't do that to the chat again. I can't show them more spoilers. That would just be rude. It'd be rude to show you all spoilers, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? You all hate spoilers. Oh, what are you doing here, Tequila Gundam? Spoiler Gundam? Welcome. Good timing. Oh, Pochita, you're here too. Everyone, you know what time it is. It's time for Chainsaw Man Review. Chainsaw Man Review. Chainsaw Man Review. That's right, it's time to review the third chapter of Chainsaw Man. Make the Gundam go away! No! No, not the Gundam! Oh, I said Chainsaw Man! I did it! Oh. You know, we were up to 13 viewers at one point earlier in this stream. And now we're down to 6 now that I'm actually talking about Chainsaw Man. So maybe I should sit here a little second thinking about Chainsaw Man before we really get into the Chainsaw Man review. Hold on, let me pull this up. Let me confirm that. Oh, we got some 8s, but it's not enough to see a spike up to. I swear I saw some chunky numbers, but maybe it's a split. Maybe it's like a YouTube and Twitter or Twitch dealy. All right, let's start with the meh, right? My meh continues to be that all of the characters in this anime look like a rough sketch. They look like something that was put down, and then they just kind of like moved on to the next thing as quickly as they could. I like the real hyper sketchiness that they use. Maybe I should start the stream with Chainsaw Man. Yeah, but then it wouldn't be as funny. Then it would be as funny to watch them all pop in. You want me? I'll try that next time. All right. So Monday we'll start with a Chainsaw Man review, because I don't want to do a Chainsaw Man review during Funtime Friday. So we'll do Monday. No, Monday's Labor Day. I'm gonna take Labor Day off. We'll do Tuesday. Titty Tuesday. We'll start with the Chainsaw Man stream. Anyway, so most of the character designs feel very sketched in and then just move on. Just there's a person and then we'll move on from there. But the action scenes when they're like fighting and stuff, they really make it work because it looks like motion blur with the way that it's all designed and done. So it's really, really cool. I actually quite like those scenes. The backgrounds, the city, like I'm so tempted to say that they are just photos that have been sketched in because they look so different from everything else. That they just kind of look like they used a Photoshop tool to make some of these cityscapes. You know, it feels like that. Now for the great. Chapter 3 is the first chapter that I have seen that does everything right. Look up the Boruto manga. It all looks like rough sketches. No, I won't, because I don't want to see crap. I don't want to do that if I don't have to. Whereas this, everyone says this gets better. So I don't know if I get used to it and I get okay with it, or if the art style actually does improve. We'll find out. But from a pacing standpoint, this is a perfect chapter, right? We start out with a little bit from the end of the last episode, kind of. Like we start off with where we ended in theme. We move to introduction of new location. We move to here's a new thing to do. We move to here's a conflict. We move to conflict still exists, and then sort of a mystery, not a mystery, but like sort of a what's next is how it ends, right? It ends with a huh? Like it does really, really good at that. Like the last one, chapter 2, right? Chapter 2 ends with your buddy's alive and I like boys like you. Okay, cool. That's the end of the story. Move on. This one ends with you're going to join an oddball team. And that guy is weirded out by something you just said. Oh, I got to read the next chapter. I got to find out why he's weird. Like I'm excited now to read chapter 4. Finishing chapter 1, I wanted to read chapter 2 because I wanted to see where the story goes, but I wasn't like, "Oh, what happens next?" It was like, "Oh, of course, she's here now. He's going to go with her." Ending chapter 2, I was like, they're going to move on to whatever her facility is. Ending this one, I know where they're going to go because they say that's where they're headed, but I don't know how they're going to act, how they're going to interact. I don't know what's really coming next with their relationship on paper. Now, I can guess, I can hypothesize. I've read a few stories in my life, so I can kind of theorize with like, oh, this character sort of takes this trope, and he's probably going to be like that. And they're going to go do this, and it's going to be sort of this episode, right? I can hypothesize, but I'm not told in chapter 3 what's coming next. And that makes chapter 3 so far the best chapter of Chainsaw Man. So my current recommendation is that if you tell somebody to go read Chainsaw Man, or you're like, oh, you've got to read the manga, it's really good, tell that person, read 3 chapters. Read the first 3 chapters, because the first 3 chapters connect in a nice story and will leave you wanting more. Imagine reading a show with tropes in it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot this was Chainsaw Man. We don't have the trope of magical creature that grants powers beyond human imagination. I'm sorry. That's the kind of crap you get in Sailor Moon, isn't it? Tropes are fine as long as you wield them properly. It's good. It's good to have a trope if you know what the trope is about and why the trope exists, right? We use animals and creatures because we always have that dog is man's best friend. People love cats. We have this attachment to pets. And so having a pet that is also going to be sort of a mentor / give you the powers character, that translates very well into everything else. Should it be Monster Chainsaw Man? What magical creature? All we have is Puchita, and he isn't magical. If Puchita isn't magical, then explain how he can reassemble the dead body of Denji into the Chainsaw Man, and that when the Chainsaw Man needs to come out, he can grant Denji his chainsaw powers. How is that any different from magic? That's like, oh, the Force isn't magic because it actually uses blah, blah, blah. Because contracts? I'm sorry. Have you not seen Madoka Magica? Contracts and magical girls go hand in hand. Magical creatures use contracts to sign the victim every time. Just because there's a contract involved doesn't mean it's not magic. They just merged. That's magic. They're fucking demons. What do you want to call it, a miracle instead? Like, does that make you happy? It is just a demon magical girl anime. How is this controversial? Send me a pic that shows a bit of the evolution the art gets over the series. Can't really consider it a spoiler at all. Oh, that's fine. You can send me that. Because that's what I'm like very excited for. After going through like Berserk and seeing how different chapters like 1 through 5 are compared to the like chapter 300, right? That's that's a change, right? So I'm excited to see where this goes as far as like getting to those changes is concerned. It's a miracle. Yeah, also known as magic. The style is the same, but the art is better. See, that's what I'm hoping for, because it's like there's just these little bits, like the way his upper lip, it's like take a second pass, erase it, and draw his upper lip a little more vertically, because having his upper lip come out when he's in a crowd makes it look like his upper lip is the guy behind him's hair. Like, you know, little things like that are just kind of like a little very, very nitpicky to me. But it comes across as just trying to do it quickly and move on. Like, I gotta get this chapter out. I gotta get this chapter out. I gotta get this chapter out. And so maybe the more recent stuff has hit a point where it's like, it's my book and I'll make it when I'm damn ready or something like that. They never once mentioned magic of any kind. Okay, here we go. All right. Are you ready? Define magic. What is magic? Just, yeah, I might skip ahead a little bit just to see a couple pages to see what goes on as far as the design work goes in the future. Demons aren't magic, they demons. Where do magicians get their power from? Oh, that's right. The Lord of Darkness and Illusions, the devil himself. I'm sorry. You don't know what magic is because you guys are crazy. Frickin' witches were burned at the stake for doing magic because they were making deals with devils. Devils are magic. That's the definition of what devils are. Fucking pagans. Yeah, they're fucking magic-ass worshipping pagans. You're going off the rules of the manga. They don't mention magic. Okay, that's fine. They don't have to mention magic, right? Like, if we had a magical girl show, but instead of magic, it was, take Kill la Kill, right? Kill la Kill is not magic, technically. It's the technology of life fibers, right? So the technology of life fibers is still a magical girl show. It's still a girl with a creature that grants her powers to fight the bad. That is a magical girl show. Does it matter what I define as magic? How not? What are they? Do they breathe air? Are they breathing air on Earth? Did it ever say that they're breathing air on Earth? Well, I guess they're not breathing air because the manga doesn't say they're breathing air. That would be crazy. The manga doesn't say they breathe air, so how could they breathe air? Of course it matters what you define things as and how we bring the rest of the world into something we read. Crazy ass people. They aren't devils or demons. They literally call them devils. What's the difference between a devil and a demon? Do you even know? Are we using Catholic Apocrypha? Or are we using the Buddhist lore of demons? Take a deep breath. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna sip some sake. Look at Chica girl. She is nicely drinking. Demons aren't magic is one of the stupidest things you've ever said. And I once listened to you debate whether or not cat girls are to be considered monster girls. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what you say. This is a magical girl show. This is a manga about a person who meets a special little creature that grants them powers to defeat some sort of big bad. They are magic debate tomorrow, probably. Penn and Teller are demons? Yeah. Gemini Ray, what do I get? This is, hold on. Pizza. Oh boy, we're fighting. Here's a live image I got of Gemini Ray stumbling into the stream tonight. What the heck happened? I came to that conclusion off of 3 chapters. Yeah, it took 1 chapter for me to come to that conclusion. You watch basically 0 magical girl shows. You should watch. You should try the new Tokyo Mew Mew. Tokyo Mew Mew new. That you might love that. So 3005, nice. Explain of the demon's work in Chainsaw Man. Magic. Easy. Easy. You watch Kill la Kill first? Oh, you haven't seen Kill la Kill? Oh, you are gonna thank me. You're gonna thank me so much. One thing to realize though with Kill la Kill is that it is sort of a parody of other magical girl shows. So there may be some things you watch and you see and you're like, I don't get it, but it's okay. You'll have fun anyway. I don't know how wrong I am, respectfully. Do you understand the concept of a show like does the Kill la Kill example not make sense to you? Respectfully eat shit. You also want to watch Demon Girl Next Door. Another one that breaks down a lot of the tropes, so just realize it's fun and it's silly and it's goofy, but it does get there. No, so you don't understand that Kill la Kill is a magical girl show. Or you don't understand my description of how Kill la Kill is a magical girl show. The Tokyo Mew Mew is so bad. How could I recommend it? Because it's a magical girl like buffet. How do demons work? What are their powers? Powers are magic. Powers are magic, you dipshit. Is that what we're talking about Chainsaw Man? No, so the point is that you guys are hung up on the term magic. Using the term magic has made you go, oh, it's not magic, it's in universe, it's fucking demons, oh, they're back up there. And you're all stuck on this idea of the word magic. But not all magical girls use in-universe magic. Sometimes the magic is technology, is some other force, right? Because what is the difference, narratively speaking, from magic and crazy future tech, right? We watch Star Wars and we call the Jedi space wizards. We watch Gundam, the UC Gundam, and we call new types space wizards. We have all of this terminology that dates back to magic because at the end of the day, a radio in the modern era is magic for someone 100 years ago. So if you were the one person with a radio 100 years ago, or 200 years ago, whatever it'd be at this point, you would be a magician. Even though it's technically technology or whatever else it may be, it is magic because it just exists in this realm of a thing that gives you the power to rise above. And a guy who fuses with his demon buddy, his little devil buddy, and is then able to sprout multiple chainsaws from himself is fucking magic. This kid from Robot Chicken, yeah. I'll read chapter 4 before stream tomorrow. Don't worry. I'll hold to my promise. I'm reading a chapter every stream day, so I will read it. Oh, I'm sorry. Thanks, Call Me John. Devils draw power from the fear humans feel toward the devil's concept. Still a magic system. It's magic! Fear is not a physical electrical power. It's a, mental idea. And if you gain power from a mental idea, that's fucking magic! Power system, not magic system? Alright, fucktard. Is Dragon Ball magic? Is the Ki Blast in Dragon Ball magic? It's an explainable power system that makes it not magic. They're fucking flying, you dipshit! Oh, stupid. Oh. I hope someone enjoys this. Naruto not magic because chakra is chakra. Chakras are magic, hoo-hoo! Ki is skill. Shut the fuck up, dragon. Oh my god. Magic is often explainable. Oh, it's not magic, because it's alchemy. It's Full Metal Alchemist. They use alchemy, not. Oh, I think I called you a fucktard too. I think I did both of you. I tried to spread it around. Oh my goodness. I thought we were having a friendly debate. No need to insult. I didn't insult you. Did that insult you? Some memorable clips. I come from a place where screaming and yelling is the opposite of insulting. So if you feel insulted, don't. Oh my goodness. Fucked hard? Yeah. You need to rewatch. Yeah. Just go back like 15 minutes. That'll be everything you need to see. Oh good, fan site's here. Oh my goodness. Oh. Anyway, still my favorite chapter of the story so far. Gotta get back to work. Awesome. Go back to work. You shouldn't be here. Stop sipping and down it like a man. But then I'll have to like pour another one. And it's already going to be a long one because I can go do, we can do some, the hell's it called? We can do some Minecraft tonight. Because I don't have any sort of stop time on anything. A fight with Aki? Who's Aki? Oh, in the manga. Yes, that one was funny. It makes sense from a story standpoint too, because you take somebody who's like literally from childhood just like had to survive, and it's like, yeah, you go for the weak point and you don't stop hitting the weak point until you're done. I think maybe it like groin and eyeballs might have been like a better, just in hindsight, but still, just the nut shots. That was pretty freaking funny. That was pretty freaking funny. Uh, your forehead will be bruised by the end of the stream. Yeah, definitely. Definitely watch out for that. Definitely watch out for all that. Oh my goodness. How is it that on the chapter that I like the most is when Michael gets the most stunted with his speech? Gets me screaming. That's funny. Transformations are magic, guys. See, now you get it. Guys, they magic, guys. Now you're figuring it out. Now I'm in that weird post scream haze where you're just like, I feel better now. Also, literally just opening up and not even reading a newer chapter, the consistency of art is way higher. Way higher. So I am stoked for that. I'm not stoked for potentially having to start paying for it, because now I've hit that point where Viz won't let me do it for free, so I either have to find it somewhere else or I have to actually pay for it. But it's good enough. I might actually just pay for reading it. But yeah, quite enjoying it. Again though, there's a couple dialogue lines that are a little baby's first dialogue sentence feeling. So I hope some of that cleans up too. But yeah, overall, still a little sketchy in the art department, but best story, best pacing of all. Why not binge it, then do a full review? Very good question. Very good question. I'm glad you asked. Because when you write a serialized manga, you write typically a weekly or a monthly, or if you're, a big enough mangaka, you get to write in a, whenever your next chapter comes out, sort of deadline format. So for people reading this when it first came out, they wouldn't get to binge 10 chapters or so. They would have to read one, like it enough to then read the next one next week when it came out. I'm not going to wait a week. I'm not going to wait a week to read the next one. That would be a little crazy. But I think there's utility in looking at each chapter on its own, one at a time, each day, in order to see, does this chapter get me from where I was previously enjoying it to my next position of enjoyment? And so with chapter 3, it's the first one where you finish it and you're excited to see kind of where they go next. Where like I right now, it's actually kind of hard for me to wait until tomorrow to read the next one, because I really want to know what comes next as Denji and Aki are together now. Like I want to know what's happening there. Whereas in chapter 1, I think that Makima showing up was too early, because then I knew, oh, he's been picked up by his guardian angel at this point. And then chapter 2 ending with the Pochita's okay and I like you. It's too happy, too bundled of an ending. I want more of a let me have a reason to want to read the next one. Whereas this one ends very succinctly. Like, we have a meeting, we have a conflict, we have a resolution. Like, it's got a good story arc, but that ending is a bit more of a like, I feel like the next panel is drawn before this chapter even before the next chapter even comes out, because the next panel probably came from this chapter and they just shoved it to the next one. I like that. I think that's really enjoyable, especially for serialized work that would come out weekly. So I'm replicating that in sort of a daily read as opposed to a binge model. I'm lazy. You should enjoy the next chapter. Because now, think about this. You binge it, then what am I doing? I'm waiting every week. I go right back to the sort of methodology that I'm trying to formulate here. So, that's my reasoning. Computer is magic. Computer's magic. Does the computer give you powers to defeat the bad guy? Suddenly the computer is your magical girl familiar. That's what they're called. I should have bunged the first 3 so we could hurry up and read 4. I'm not bunging anything around here. Dr. Octagon is one of the rap aliases. He had an album called Dr. Octagon Oncologist. That's hilarious. The anime comes out next month. Why not just wait for then come back? Because I wouldn't. To be completely fair, I don't usually read manga, but I was getting so much. The manga's great. I love this manga. This manga's great. Oh, read this article about why the manga's so good. Read the article about why the mangaka's so good. Oh, Twitter says this mangaka's so great. And I was like, okay, if I keep reading and seeing things about how this manga's so great from randos, why don't I just read it myself? Because at the end of the day, I don't know if my taste will line up with their taste, and I'm curious to see what the hype comes from, where the hype comes from. Mappa says the guy's a great storyteller, and everybody keeps telling me like how great this thing is. The funny thing is, I start getting into it, I start reading it, and do you know how many people I've come across that are like, oh, the manga, it gets better in the later chapters. And I'm like, oh, cool, tell me about when does that happen? And they say, I've only read the first one. And it's like, oh, okay, that seems like a weird claim to make after saying you've only read one chapter. So rather than listen to people who may have only read chapter 1, I'm going to go through and read all of the chapters. And like I already said, I'm going to do it on a daily because I want to replicate the weekly serialized release schedule. Because Michael DeLucia III indicated that the pacing in the manga is really good, which here and there. And then as we get to the anime, I'm curious as to whether or not it maintains similar pacing, similar style to the manga. Now, episode 1 of the anime is chapters 1, 2, and 3 sort of smashed together. Probably good for a first episode, I'd say. Tomorrow's gonna be good. You'll explain everything about Fire Emblem 1. Good. Are we doing Fire Emblem waifus tomorrow? That'll be fun. Everyone who sims for Makima have not read the manga. You did say that, and then I posted Makima fan art, and I received a comment that was just all woofs. So such a fan base, really, at the end of the day. Really good's not the words you used. What words did you use? You said if the anime doesn't use the pacing of the manga, it'll be terrible. So obviously the manga would be paced well if you think the anime should be paced like the manga, right? Like that continues from there. The woofs might be real. Yeah, no, they're woofing for sure. It's just Makima in a bikini. Woo! Okay, the pacing is wild, and the anime needs to keep it the same, meaning you want wild pacing, ergo, wild pacing good. Is Makima a white girl? Yes. Geminira, you've been here. You've seen the statue of Makima where she's holding like her dog on a leash, and then you can also they have the naked version of that too. Is she Japanese? I don't know if she's Japanese. She got red hair though. I think it's animated red. It's halftone colorized in the manga, so it's hard to know what color her hair really is. I'm pretty sure it's red. Pacing like Shield Hero Season 2. No? I don't think so. Pacing's only as fast as you can read, so it's really slow. Well, at least it's faster than Dragon Ruse, so you've got that going for you. What, you don't remember the Makima statue? Okay, hold on. Makima figure with dog. So this, let's see. Let me get a. This statue. Let me pull up the image. Open image in a new tab. And I will open this image in a new tab. Trying your best not to explain the pacing. I have to experience it. Don't worry, I'm experiencing it. So here is safe for work statue. Oh, she's a puppy. It's so cute. Everyone loves the puppy. And it's Makima. Everybody go woof woof for Makima. I'll use this one. It also comes in a naked version. It also comes in a naked version. It's an insult. How dare you? It's not an insult, Dragon Ruse. I'm reading the story to you practically, so your pacing's faster than anybody else in the world. Plus, you get to hear my dulcet tones as I read out the highs and lows of the manga to you. He spoke about this yesterday. I even threw. So I was on Brandon's show this morning, talk about the current anime season, and I was dropping pacing, time to time to time. Isn't a whole lot of exposition. I love that about everything so far. The fact that it's just like the exposition is like, here's how much debt I'm in, and then it's just like, well, I'm gonna kill a devil, and then it's just, there's a devil, kills a devil, blah, and they don't explain, devils in this world started showing up in 2022, and then blah de blah, we came out of the ocean blue, and it's like, don't waste time. It's fucking devils, just kill them. I love this. I love that it just jumps right into it, and it's not wasting a lot of time. I think some of that is part like, let's keep some secrets about like the different characters. So rather than get like any exposition on specific characters, we can keep it kind of muddled. But I like an author who's confident enough that you're going to keep reading the story, that they don't waste time trying to explain every little thing to you along the way. So definitely love it for that. Definitely love it for that. For certain. You were close to the face palm. How close? Can we get you closer to a face palm? Or did you face palm this morning? Maybe I've already gotten my daily fan site face palm in. It's curious to say how many times someone other than Blake can make me go. Oh my goodness. Devils are just misunderstood. Oh, but this isn't Demon Slayer. It's not. Oh, the tomato demon had a tomato family, and now he can't control his family. And the zombie demon had a zombie family, and now he can't die. Oh, Freaking love. I love the straw man technique where I pretend that something is a thing, but it's not. All right. I want to play Minecraft now. So we are gonna transition over to Twitch. Now, this is gonna be kind of funky, all right, everybody? The end screen will play, and then the YouTube stream will end. The Twitch stream will continue, and we will do Minecraft over on Twitch, because Twitch is a little less weird about having different types of content, so I can send this stream to Twitch all day long and they don't care. But with YouTube, if I do any kind of gaming on this channel, it's not great for the algorithm. So we will transition. Feel free to bring all of your great opinions and join the Discord and yell at me about whether or not you think my opinions are good on that, or just join the chat over on Twitch if you'd like to. Pop culture, you have a wonderful day. I'm looking forward to hearing about Dragon Ball Super Heroes later. You don't pass out before stream, you don't get to sleep tonight for good reasons. You do keep buffering over there, but I'm sending this through Restream, so potentially be better for you over there. I can't promise anything, but I think if I'm only sending I'm only sending 720 out. So theoretically, I'm only sending a 720 video out. You'll be able to enjoy over there without too much buffering. On the Booba streaming site, yep, that's where we're going, everybody. You've got Sack Anime tomorrow. Oof, enjoy Sack Anime, everyone. Enjoy all of the anime. If I don't see you over on Twitch here afterwards, it has been a fantastic pleasure, everyone. Alex, JD, Dragon Roost, Fansite, Michael, John, Geminire, Serranos, Pop, everybody. Just been a wonderful chat. You guys make the show. I hope you all go back and you look at me screaming like a damn tomato demon and you just laugh at me, because at the end of the day, who freaking cares about any of this? It's all just fun escapism, and if we enjoy it, we enjoy it, all right? So have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you over at Twitch shortly. Everyone, Kampai. Make a short vid about that rant. I will. I'll make some highlights.